Well, good morning from Savannah. I had a great night of sleep here in the park, in the parking lot for Forsyth Park. Worked out great. This is my setup. My friend Mark asked about my nighttime setup. This will give you a view from when I'm waking up in the morning, what it looks like in here. I have a night light. I keep going here that I'll tuck away here in just a moment. This is the bed platform with the sleeping bag on it. And let's see, still have the window covers on, so it's completely blacked out. I'll take those off and store those away in a minute. I'll put this bungee strap here to hold all the totes in place so they don't slide. I've got a USB fan here that will keep me cool if it gets warm in the car, and I have a larger one in here that I can put up on one of these shelves if I need it for extra ventilation. So anyway, it was a great night of sleep. This is, these are the tennis courts for Forsyth Park. And the big park goes way down this way. So I think I'll go take a walk. All right, I found a cool coffee shop right across from Forsyth Park. It's called the Sentient Bean. And I've got a savory scone and a large tea latte, and I'm watching Bob Wells of Cheap RV Living interview a lady about retirement and van living after 60. How appropriate is that? So this is a cool place. I'm looking forward to this. I'll hang out here for just a few minutes and then get out and see the city. Well, good morning, you guys. I am taking a stroll through Forsyth Park. I just had a big savory scone and a big cup of tea in the coffee shop across from the park. Might be repeating myself because I'll put a clip in here of that, but used a little free Wi-Fi there to get the day started. So I thought I'd take a stroll through here in the daylight and see what it looks like. It's such a beautiful park. It's a beautiful day. It's in the 60s right now, but headed up to 71 degrees Fahrenheit, so perfect day to be out exploring. I'm going to go see some of the historic places around the downtown historic district, and thought I'd take you guys along with me. So this is the famous Mercer Williams house. If you read the book or saw the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, this house was prominent. It's where Jim Williams lived. And I haven't read the book in 20 years, so I'd like to go back and read it again, especially after this trip. But it's a beautiful home. The carriage house, which played prominent in the story, and it's a true story, is in the rear. And Monterey Park is across the street. This is Bull Street that runs in front of the house. We have a museum tour that I might take later on. Not going to take it right now, but I might come back and take that. It would probably be interesting. Just beautiful homes down through here, all over the historic district. So I'm about to walk through Monterey Park. This is a smaller park that's a couple of, or a square. They call this a square. It's a couple of blocks over from Forsyth Park where we were earlier. There's the Mercer Williams house again. There's the Pulaski Monument. And it's just a beautiful square with beautiful, beautiful architecture and homes around it. Museums. So I'm at Mrs. Wilkes Dining Room in Savannah. I'm waiting in line. They tell me it's worth the wait. I've always wanted to go here, and it's communal seating, tables of 10. You sit down and they bring all the food out at the table and you share the food, and it's cash only. So I'm going to wait in this line patiently for my delicious lunch.
First table on the right. How many do you have, sir? I'm on my other side. She died in 2000.
So that looks like a pretty good start. It's all jumbled together, but I got a little bit of everything. So time to dig in. All right, y'all, that was outstanding. I had a little bit of everything. Every single thing on that table I had a little spoonful of. My plate was full. The only thing that I did not like, which I knew I wouldn't like, but I still tried it, was rutabagas. But I tried everything else. Everything was outstanding. You get to pick one dessert. They bring it around. You could have peach cobbler or banana pudding. And I was at the end there, and I said, well, I'd like the peach cobbler. And all she had left was banana pudding. She said, honey, I'm going to give you this one. I'm going to go get your cobbler. So I got two desserts. I got banana pudding and peach cobbler. Man, it was really, really good. So, you know, it's not real cheap. It's $35, but it was worth it. And it's cash only. And it was worth the wait. So I'll definitely come back to Mrs. Wilkes again. So Mrs. Wilkes' granddaughter waited on us. Mrs. Wilkes started that back in the 1940s as a boarding house, and they know how to cook. So if you're ever in Savannah, you got to come to Mrs. Wilkes. Okay, this is Jones Street, and it is said to be the most beautiful street in Savannah. So we'll take a stroll up this way, and I'll put in a couple of clips, and you can tell me what you think. I think I could be happy living in any of these. If any of you want to step up and buy me one of these, this would be a nice place to live if you had a lot of money. There's somebody's camper. That's an old school camper there, a schoolie. This is the Cathedral Basilica of St. John the Baptist. Looks like they are doing some work on it, restoring it. This is the Juliette Gordon Low Museum, Birthplace and Museum, the founder of the Girl Scouts. Okay, this is Paula Dean's place, Lady and Sons. I'm gonna be rude and just look in the window here. Not that busy. I might come here and try it, but I definitely wanted to try Mrs. Wilkes because it's got great reviews and a great history. Paula Deen's place, I don't know. I think it's a bit of a tourist trap. The ratings aren't too good. Might still do it, but I don't know. I think what I got today was probably much better. And Miss Paula Deen and Sons. We got some fried chicken, pot roast, pork chops, pulled pork, chicken and dumplings, fried catfish, chicken tenders, ooey gooey butter cake, banana pudding, and seasonal cobbler. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right, let's go down to the river. This area is known as City Market. When I worked in the giftware industry, and when I manufactured a line of goods that I sold in the giftware industry, I used to have clients down here. And actually, that's how I started doing YouTube. When I would travel on the road, every day I was in different, unusual places, seeing all sorts of interesting, unusual things. And that was in the very first days or years of YouTube, back in 2007, 6 and 7. And I decided, you know, that's something I could make videos about that would be interesting. So I started doing it, and had a lot of people that followed me along. I had people that would get their road atlas out and follow along with me every day. So it was a lot of fun, but that was a long time ago. But I don't even know if those clients are still open or still down here, so it would be fun to run into some of them. We're down on the Savannah River. This is the port of Savannah. There's the big bridge that comes across into Savannah. Looks like there's a river cruise ship here that is docked in Savannah. And this is the all the shops and hotels along the riverfront. Brick cobblestone streets. There's a trolley that runs up and down the street. Well, I'm headed back over toward Forsyth Park, walking back across town, it feels like. And we're about an hour from sunset. It's in the low 70s and just a beautiful, gorgeous day. Folks are out walking, riding their bicycles, walking their dogs. There's a guy on the bench reading, several people reading. So these little squares are really cool. Anyway, we'll get back over here and make sure the car is still there. I'm sure it is. Figure out if I'm going to stay at that same place tonight or if I'm going to do something different and think about what to do tomorrow. So lots of choices, lots of decisions to make. So looks like everybody came out of the park today. Got their towels out, hanging out, getting a little sunshine. So I'm just hanging out on the bench in Forsyth Park. This is really nice out here. I've noticed how quiet it is. The cars are nice and polite and respectful and not loud. No loud blasting music. Everyone's just peaceful out here, out walking their dogs. Lots of people with books. And it's just a real pleasant park. I think I could live here and be happy if I could afford to live here. Beautiful place. Lots of the trees are blooming. The Spanish moss is hanging. The sun is setting. Got on short sleeves in February. How about that? Okay, y'all, well, I am out scouting a place to sleep tonight, to park tonight, and to sleep and camp. Urban stealth city camping. So look here, I don't want to park right in front of someone's house. I don't want to do that. But look on this side of the street. There's a parking lot. So I could park on that side of the street and not be right in front of somebody's house. This side says no parking. This side Monday 10:30 p.m. to Tuesday 1 a.m. Well, it's Tuesday night, so this would be okay. I could park here, anywhere along here. There's a lot of places over here right across from real nice homes. Look, this is a brick cobblestone street. How cool is that? I could park here. Now look, there's a parking lot here and this is a Kroger, but this Kroger closes at 11 p.m. So it shouldn't be too busy and crazy all night. So this is a good possibility. So let's keep looking. And look, here is a coffee shop and bakery right on the corner I could come to in the morning. That would work, wouldn't it? Now this is a quiet little street, but it's in front of houses. You know, it's a public street. I suppose I could park there. I just hate to park right in front of a house. So yeah, I think we found a place right up here, the place we walked by. Let's go. I've picked out a couple of possibilities. One, I could park on this East Gwinnett Street. There's a real nice hotel up here. Okay, so I think we're gonna park right up here on East Hall Street. We're turning off of Lincoln onto East Hall, and I think we're gonna park right over here. And that says no parking Monday 10:30 to Tuesday 1 a.m. Well, this is Tuesday night, so we are good. Right across from some real nice homes here. There's a parking lot on the other side. And what's really cool is right up here is a coffee shop that I can go to in the morning. So, winner, winner. All right, I'll park this thing. This is it. So I'm going to turn in for the evening, and we'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. I've got a couple places picked out to eat tomorrow, so you know, you can't go wrong finding something good to eat, right? All right, so hope you're all having a good evening and having a good week, and I'll talk to you later on.